That brings up a good question when you mention, the talent that you guys are bringing in for CYN and all that stuff. I was doing a little bit of research earlier to see, who all is coming in, at least from what has been announced. And you've got quite the different eclectic list of people when you think of who's coming in there. We were talking before we went live and StreamYard crashed for a minute about, you guys bringing in Austin Aries. You got the return
Yep.
of Sarah Rowe, which I'm really excited to see how that plays out. You
How
got Westin Blake of Blake and Murphy. I mean, you've got such a wide, different, range of guys and girls. I think that's one of the biggest things that jumped out to me. So what are you looking for in the people to come there?
At this point, it's the people that reach out because people want in, and I'm not seeking anybody. Like they're, and I'm not saying you have to come to me, but I'm saying if they find interest and the uniqueness and the ability to perform how they want to within this, those are the people I want, the ones that are inquiring about it. And Austin was one. Sarah has been very protective of herself. She's very happy being a stay-at-home mom who, goes bow hunting in the woods and lifts weight. That's cool. That's a perfect life for me. So kudos to her. But her outside wrestling booking was the first time because it engaged her and intrigued her. Blake, like he's the perfect testament of what I want to do because within the industry, like Westin Blake, you ask anybody like in AEW, you ask the Revival, who's the best wrestler? You ask people within, the WWE, who's the best in the ring wrestler? And all the people that have been in the ring with him will say Westin Blake, but you may not know that being fans. Like he's been in good matches, he's done cool things, but like
he's like not the star out there.
Right. It's like knowing how to play the guitar. Like you play the guitar and you play it very well. Well, who's your favorite guitarist? And if you name somebody that's not,
somebody else's favorite.
Yeah, but like you're naming somebody that, well, this guy on this jazz album I saw once was so phenomenal, but like, the mainstream doesn't know that yet. So bringing that story to life, and he truly is. And yeah, so many interesting, like Austin, I really went off on this earlier, but what's the mental health of somebody who's been canceled from the industry they love and they grew up in, who wants to finish their, career in a strong leadership role? Where can he go where someone's, not afraid of, the backlash just because in theory he has a different opinion than people online, but, in practice, lies spread so quickly on the internet, and like one malicious rumor or lie rolls into a snowball effect where this is truth and this is, gospel and this actually happened when, it didn't. Like, where are they going to have that chance and opportunity? And I'm not saying anybody, like there's some sinister pricks who've done some horrible shit that will never be a part of Control Your Narrative. But like when you sit down and talk to somebody eye to eye, tell me the truth, they tell you the truth, nobody else can tell you anything. Who do you believe? So giving him a place and a forum to finish strong and give back, because the conversation I had with him wasn't about I want to wrestle and be, world champion. It was like, I want to end my career giving back to the next generation and, becoming a leader for them so this business can survive and thrive further. And when you're one of the best wrestlers in the world and have a career to back it up, how are you going to pass that up?
I can't blame you on that. Hey, we got a question from one of the listeners. They want to know what you're, when you talk about, we talked a little bit about like some of the names that you're bringing in and things. When you've got like the big name beside you being, Adam Scherr and all that stuff, was it hard for you to get him to, be convinced to go that way versus going to like a ROH or an Impact or anything? Because like, I mean, that's a hell of a limb you guys jumped out on. Not that I think everything looks dope and I can't wait to see it this Saturday, but I mean, coming from where he was too, I wonder, was it an easy decision or was he looking at all the big ones too?
I don't know if you know the story. I mean, I've told a few times, but our positive media coverage never happened, so you probably don't. But he's one who he knocked. He wanted it, and it was a very universal thing that happened. Is like we're partners on like nefarious side business with our like I print T-shirts. I own a T-shirt printing company at Justified_prints. print all your t-shirts. If you want them, you get the brother discount. But we do that, and he wanted to come in and film something to put on tape for maybe like a reel for Hollywood or something. And we started talking because we're friends, and he just said, like, I've been doing this so long and I can't even watch wrestling anymore, but I watched your first, the first thing we made, Free the Narrative. I watched that in its entirety late at night, and I stayed up all night just thinking of what would happen if I could ever do this and how I could ever do this. And like, we're like, well, brother, you're going to be, let's talk in 4 years, I guess. But like, we had a real tight heart-to-heart conversation about it, and just like how proud he is of what we're doing and how rewarding it must be. And like, it is mentally, it's not financially, but like just how much he'd like to do that. And this is a guy that's on top of the world in the WWE, making the top money, main event, top shows, traveling first class, all that. But the next day he was released. And it was like, we kind of this into it, and he was not happy, not personally, not professionally. And that's, another story for another man to tell. Yes, but he was at a pretty low point mentally and spiritually. And then the second that happened, it's like, this is meant to be. And we created the second feature, Free the Narrative 2, which ended up being the thing that got us locked in with Pro Wrestling TV to kind of be a unique brand just for them, an exclusive TV deal on an upstart network that's focusing on wrestling. So it's weird how it all worked, because we really started this with absolutely nothing but a pen and paper, a camera, and a gray wall. So getting him, obviously, though, is like, you add a top wrestling name, like that gives you legitimacy, right?
Credibility.
If it's me, like, yeah, EC3 is cool, he had a good run, he was a world champion, but I didn't have that WWE run. So having that credibility off the bat, that makes it easier to sell to a new network. It makes it easier to sell to, possible sponsorships down the road. And it makes it easier for people to gravitate towards it, because something's happening over here. If they chose this over what's normal, you go out, okay, you're released, you wait your 90 days, you go get that big reaction the first time, yay, you have a good month, yay, and then you kind of just fall in line and everything's the same. It just goes right back down and everything stays here. Where now you have the opportunity to create something that can level up and be an inspiration to others, not only like fans, and because we definitely want to cater to fans and families and kids. A lot of it's going to be mental health oriented and bringing people up, because we're all in such a bad place after the last 2 years.
Facts.
But also like our fellow brethren, our brothers and sisters within the industry, like bringing them up and giving them something. Hopefully it pays money, but right now it pays off in bond and creative fulfillment.